Welcome to Monday. It's June 19th, 2023. Your day weather podcast being brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com. Well, we're going to start off this week kind of like, summer-like. It is going to be very warm and breezy to start the week, especially for you folks that are along and east of the Continental Divide. It is going to get a little windy. It was windy yesterday in many areas, and we're going to see the wind east of the Divide again today, especially along the wind-prone areas of Interstate 80 and I-25. But it's also a pretty warm pattern as air is going to be drawn in from the desert southwest. And we started to see that yesterday, and we're going to see some 80s and some 90s here to start the week in many areas. But do watch out for that wind, especially near the divide. Some areas will reach the 90s, some for the first time this season. Now, showers and thunderstorms, though, will be found in the Pacific Northwest, portions of far western Wyoming, Idaho, far western Montana. Downslope winds east of the divide will keep it windy and warm. But the far western areas, you will see showers and thunderstorms because of a large trough of low pressure. Now, eventually that trough of low pressure has to push through. So the second half of the week, we cool off. Showers and thunderstorms are also going to return to areas east of the divide during the second half of the week. So this trend towards warmer, windy, drier weather isn't going to last very long. It's going to cool off. Showers and thunderstorms come back as we get into that Wednesday through Friday time frame. The satellite photo this morning shows a well-formed upper-level low up here in southern areas of Alberta. And you can see the comet-shaped clouds, counterclockwise circulation around that low up there. So you can see there is an axis of moisture right here. That's where there's going to be some shower and thunderstorm activity. Plenty of shower and thunderstorm activity in parts of British Columbia, Saskatchewan, and Alberta today. But dry, clear air is being drawn up ahead of the system coming up out of Arizona and into the Rockies and High Plains. So that's why along and east of the divide, we're going to see a windy pattern. And the 500 millibar chart really shows that well. A strong gradient, strong pressure gradient right here. You can see all the black lines packed tight together. Winds aloft right here are strong and coming up from the southwest. So that's going to bring downslope, warm, windy conditions there. But in the Pacific Northwest, Western Canada, then areas along and west of the divide right here, it's a cool, moist air mass. So there's really a big contrast today. And this will be the case tomorrow from west of the divide to east of the divide with this pattern. What this will do is draw in dry air right here. You can see dry air, that brown, coming right into Colorado, portions of Wyoming, Nebraska, and Kansas in that southwest flow. But along that area of low pressure up here, you can see the swirl. There's going to be some shower and thunderstorm activity in this blue and green area right here, especially along and west of the divide. And as we go through the week, this area of low pressure up here will gradually push eastward. When it comes to the wind, many of you experienced some wind yesterday. These are the potential wind gusts through today. So you can see across Utah, up into south central and southwestern Wyoming, parts of Idaho, through Nevada, into New Mexico and Arizona, plenty of areas and strong southwest winds that'll be having some windy conditions. So if you're driving Interstate 80, driving Interstate 15, you're going to have quite a bit of wind. Now, east of the divide, really not too much wind out here on the plains. Yeah, some breeziness, but nothing too bad. Expect somewhat of a similar pattern like this during the day tomorrow. Temperature-wise, look at this contrast. So if you get east of the divide today, your temperatures are far above average, pretty hot out here in the eastern Dakotas. But you get on the western slope, and it's a lot cooler. There's 20 to 27 degrees below the average right here back in the Pacific Northwest. So this area of coolness does have to come through, and that's going to be happening later in the week. So warm, downsloping winds will send temperatures very high today. Look at this, 90 degrees in many areas right here, some hundreds down in Texas, New Mexico. Finally, some heat building in the Arizona area, and that's going to build and grow throughout the course of the next few days. But you can see the cooler areas west of the divide where temperatures, look at this, these are high temperatures today. There's some high temperatures back here that won't even get out of the 50s and 60s. So there's a big contrast depending on where you're watching this podcast today. East of the divide, you're going to be hot. West of the divide, you're going to be cool. Precipitation through tomorrow. This is through Tuesday afternoon. You can see in western Wyoming, Montana, back here, there is going to be shower and thunderstorm activity. So for Jackson, Yellowstone Park, the far western valleys of Wyoming, the Wasatch Front of Utah, you're going to see some showers and thunderstorms today and tomorrow. But there's a lot of dryness that is out here in that desert air coming on through. And then you can see the heavier rains up here in southwestern areas of Canada. Now, by the end of the week, this is Friday, the trough is still hanging around, but it's starting to move a little bit more east. And this area of low pressure, as we get to the end of the week, will be pushing eastward. This will bring some of that cooler Pacific air into the Rockies and eventually into the Plain States by the weekend. And this is also going to bring some of that moist air back in. So the end result is going to be cooler temperatures. These are the temperature anomalies by Thursday afternoon. So we're going to cool off east of the divide. So it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster with temperatures and conditions this week. And there you can see east of the divide. This is the precipitation forecast Wednesday through Saturday morning. So showers and thunderstorms return to the Dakotas, east of the divide, across Montana, Wyoming, back into eastern Colorado and western Kansas. We continue to have dryness in the northwest Corn Belt. Down here, you're starting to see the beginnings of some shower and thunderstorm activity in Mexico. Some of that monsoon moisture is starting to finally show itself, but still delayed. Have yourself a great Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.